everyone, and welcome to Scalera Show. I'm Mark Scalera. I appreciate you being here. Today we're going to talk about New York's new bail reform. And as Trump would say, this one's a real beauty, folks. As a matter of fact, it's becoming a national issue, and he actually tweeted about it. But let's get into the video and let's get into what the law is, because this is just outrageous. The new law in New York State, under the new law, judges will no longer be able to set bail for a long list of misdemeanors and non-violent felonies, including stalking, assault without serious injury, burglary, many drug offenses, and even some kinds of arson and robberies. Now, the law started January 2020, so it's only been a few weeks right now, and already there's just a huge uproar throughout the state and how bad it is. You've got people with multiple arrest warrants who are basically walking out of jail scot-free. Some of them obviously will never return back, which is not a big surprise. They do everything in their power to ensure that businesses can't thrive here. We have one of the highest corporate tax rates in all of the country at 6.5%, and soon minimum wage is going to be $15 an hour. So not a whole lot of businesses are wanting to come to New York to create any type of jobs in the state. But besides that, you obviously have, because you have it's a very liberal state, you have very liberal lawmakers running the state, so you're going to have very liberal news outlets, and that doesn't exclude newspapers as well. So today the Daily News wrote an article about the bail reform, and this is what they wrote. The rejection of the concept of labeling people as dangerous or expecting judges to predict the future, and the availability of multiple forms of bail intended to ensure more people were released. Judges routinely and purposely set bail amounts people could not afford. The result, thousands of people were locked up pre-trial, presumed innocent, and only because they were poor. Now, first, nobody can predict the future. But a judge with all his years of experience, with all his or her years of experience and their education, obviously are the best ones to know who's a flight risk, who's going to return back for their court date, and who should be released anyway, considering that they may have multiple arrests in the past, and they're probably, if they get released, they're going to commit more crimes. Again, the old saying still holds true to today. If you can't do the time, don't do the crime. Now, every time I open up Facebook, I am inundated with all kinds of posts and nightmare stories about people literally just walking out of jail. And I wanted to share a couple of those stories with you. I mean, these are only a few stories. I mean, I've probably seen like 100, 200 nightmare stories already in the first few weeks. It's like a daily depressing stream of news where criminals are basically just being let out of jail. So a few of the stories I wanted to share with you was one story in upstate New York was of a person who actually committed 4 crimes on 4 straight days in a row, and he was let out scot-free in every single one of those days. There was another story about a guy who was arrested for 3 misdemeanors, had 3 arrest warrants in 3 different counties, and was let out scot-free. Then there was a guy who I was reading about today who was from New York City. He was arrested on 16 counts of burglary with 78 prior arrests and was let go. It's unbelievable. You can't even make this stuff up. Not to mention that there's all kinds of posts from ICE that's going out on Facebook of all kinds of illegal immigrants who are committing crimes in the state with prior arrest records, and they're being let go. The odds that these people return back to court is absolutely nilch. There's no way that they're going back. I mean, they're notorious for committing crimes and not going back to court anyway. I mean, why would they? They're going to be deported. It's just insane. The law is just absolutely insane at this point. Now, Cuomo said that originally he said that he wasn't going to modify the bill. He wanted to get the budget done. There wasn't going to be any talks about modifying it until after the budget was done. Now he's kind of changing his tune, and now he's saying, well, reform is an ongoing process, but it will not be changed until we have more information. Basically, it's going to be based on information and not any type of fear-mongering or anything like that. So how long does he intend to wait? How many people need to get hurt? How many more criminals do we need to let go before the governor collects enough information to realize that this bill is absolutely ludicrous? And they wonder why New York State in the last 2 years has dropped and decreased in population more than any other state in the country. It's right here for you. It's absolutely ridiculous. Welcome to New York, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. I got more content coming out, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you.